Hi, my name's Ellie. After much deliberation, I have decided to talk about the future generation of adults, aka teens today. Abraham Lincoln once said, the philosophy of the schoolroom in one generation is the philosophy of the government in the next. Think about what you have done in your childhood. How has that influenced you in your future life? What you do today influences the world tomorrow. There is scientific evidence that shows if you grow up your whole life being told you're great at everything, you'll start to believe it. Today, a lot of teachers, parents, and other people try to be positive about the children in their care. This is a good thing, but sometimes constructive criticism is too. If you don't know you're not doing that great, or you're kind of, off a little bit, you won't try to improve, and then, yeah. So, in modern day society, an increasing number of people go to college in order to get a job. The freshman survey administered by CISP is a multiple choice questionnaire that is administered to hundreds of colleges every year before the semester begins. It has 15 to 20 questions, and this year one of the questions was, how would you rate your overall academic ability? 3 out of 4 students this year said, outstanding. I mean, we've progressed in our knowledge, and but the basic curriculum isn't that different. Can 3 out of 4 college students really be outstanding? This generation can't really be that much smarter than last generation or the generation from 15 years ago. The simple fact is, this generation thinks they're great at everything, and everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. Therefore, there's no possible way that 3 out of 4 students can really be exceptional overall. After looking at the survey, many people have begun to discuss the nature versus nurture debate that is closely related to this topic. Nature versus nurture is a well-known philosophical debate over what impact a person's genetic inheritance, their nature, versus what impact a thing the child is exposed to, nurture. Some philosophers believe that certain things just occur, and there's nothing people can do about it. Others believe that the mind begins as a blank slate, and we can change, we can do whatever we want with our futures. There are many people that argue for both sides, but I personally believe there's a little bit of both. Certain things like your looks, your height, and certain mannerisms are obviously genetic, and therefore part of your DNA. In other words, these things are virtually unchangeable. However, other things like the things you say, how you react to different situations, and even how you see yourself are given to you by the environment you're brought up in. I believe that the way we nurture teens today will impact the future because your teenage years are often the most influential of your life. Just like every other part of your life, everyone has problems, but some of the problems that were created in the last generation are the major problems today. However, we are creating problems that will be important in the future, such as global warming and deforestation are major topics and major problems in this world. We hear about this a lot, and it's kind of like, it's not really affecting us, so we don't really care. Yes, we have the occasional discomforts, such as the weather being especially hot or cold, but we're not really being harmed in any way. The web of life is a small, delicate thing that will unravel quickly if it's not treated well. My favorite animal, the wombat, is becoming endangered, and numbers are falling so quickly that in order to talk about it, I must show you a picture so you even know what it is. That's a wombat. They used to be a major species in Australia, but the numbers are dwindling. We've all heard about animals becoming endangered, but this is not a centralized problem. We will not be affected, but the future generation may be. A wombat's main predator is a Tasmanian devil. Tasmanian devil's main predators are birds of prey. So if wombats become extinct, then birds of prey won't have then Tasmanian devils won't have anything to eat, so they'll become extinct. Then birds of prey will have nothing to eat, so as you might have guessed, they'll become extinct. And then, yeah, there's going to be a lot of rats and stuff running around because birds of prey are main contributors to rodent control, which spread diseases that are deadly to humans. Teenagers today will be affected by this generation of adults' carelessness in the future. Today's teens not only need to be nurtured, their futures need to try to be helped too. Today's teens are being nurtured in positive ways as well as negative, though. Here at Omni, we do a lot of charity events that not only help the people and animals that we are donating to, they help us too by researching the charities and we're increasing our knowledge about the world around us. The next generation of adults will know more about the world pretty much, and then they might actually care and try to do something about it. We need to teach our teens what we need to know. We talk all about trying to fix the world's problems. We can't fix them if we don't know what they are. So we need to teach our teens, and self-expression too. The type of music we listen to, what we draw, and what we're allowed to do in our free time impacts our futures. Now is the time to make mistakes, not in our adult lives when we have more responsibilities. If you're not allowed to explore self-expression now, we'll try to do it in our adult lives when we're not afforded to be as careless. Many people today wish teens are going to turn into seemingly perfect individuals when they become adults. Unfortunately, this is not the case. How we treat our teens today impacts the world tomorrow because we are the future generation. By the time we become adults, our ideas about life will be fundamentally formed and will not be altered easily. Now is the time ideas that will not just help us in our own lives today, but will help the rest of the world tomorrow.